Welcome back to Goal Getters. Hi, everybody. Scott, Julio, how you guys doing? Not well. Not well.
I didn't turn my volume down.
That's all right. Yeah, that happens. What are you going to do? So we're back. A lot, of course, goes on in the week that we're gone. You know, Final Four, NBA playoffs are right around the corner. I think there's only 5 games left.
Yeah,
5 or 6. Yeah. NFL
Next
draft.
Sunday should be it.
NFL things have happened with OT, and we'll talk about that. But one thing I want to talk about off the top, which is not sports related whatsoever, except for the physicality of it. Did you see the nonsense with Will Smith?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was wow.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah,
That was out
different.
of control.
Yeah. What did you think when you saw it?
I was stunned. I was probably as stunned as Chris Rock was.
As soon as I seen it, I
couldn't
really
believe
did.
it.
I like a blind take. I thought it was fake.
So did I.
I
at
honestly
first,
didn't
yeah.
see it until the next day because I didn't watch the Oscars. But I saw it on Twitter, and it just so happened the stream I saw was the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Because everybody had said right off the bat that was the
That's
one I
the
wanted to
one.
watch. So I saw the whole
Right.
thing with with him rage crying there,
Yeah.
yelling, "Don't
Right.
take my old lady's name out
Talk to your mouth?
mouth."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Would you have known the Oscars even happened if that didn't happen?
I probably would have
No.
checked to see who won.
Not me.
I
no.
wouldn't have watched the show though. I don't even generally
Would you even
watch
know
it.
Chris Rock was on tour?
No.
probably
I
not.
don't
And
know
did you
anything.
know his ticket prices went from an average of $100 to
Yeah.
$400 overnight?
Sold out, yeah.
That's why I thought it was fake.
Yeah.
And the way he modeled walk, like he was in a
You
movie,
know-
up to the front, and security let him
Did you
just walk
see
up
the
there.
video that just came out yesterday from behind
No, what did it
Behind
show?
Jada
Yeah,
when
she was
when the
laughing.
whole thing happened? She was laughing.
Right.
I think she thought she thought it was a joke when he slapped him. I don't even know if she knew what
She
was going on.
See, because that's
To be honest, I think he just kind of lost it, man.
Because as far as Will Smith, it only helped Chris Rock. It can't help him. He looked
He looks
horrible.
terrible.
Looked ridiculous.
He got ripped apart by
The way
everybody, I
he
heard.
was speaking, the whole thing just looked just for him was outrage. I think he's the loser in that.
It was his
You
big
know,
night,
See,
man.
I don't think there is a loser.
You think
I
everyone
the
wins?
big
the
night.
only people that should be losers is security guards.
Yeah, well, they should
fired.
be. And Will, what more does Smith need though? He's the most popular guy.
Well, I guess
Right.
it's come out that someone asked him to leave. The first came out said they asked him to leave and he said no, and then supposedly they were okay with him staying
Right.
at that point for some reason.
You know-
I don't know if it was because they knew he was going to win. I mean, they obviously knew he was going to win, right? I mean, they're part of the whole thing, but
it was wrestling, like pro wrestling.
it sure was.
Yeah,
I
that
watched
was-
a few times, but
yeah.
he definitely the
And
open ham
And
cracked
I
him,
will
man.
say,
Woo!
if he went up there and that guy wasn't 5'9", and it was, let's say, one of the bigger guys like
he
Michael
wouldn't have went up
Strahan or a Terry
Yeah,
Crews
he
or
would've
The
never
Rock,
went
is
up.
he going up there to slap?
No.
Probably not. I
What
doubt
if it was Ricky Gervais?
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna?
What if it's would he go up there?
Yeah,
if
was
it
he
was
gonna?
Ricky Gervais,
Yeah,
you
right.
think?
No,
I don't think he would.
No, I don't think.
I think it was more because they already knew each other, kind of.
Right.
They had a little bit of a relationship
Yeah,
already because
they did.
were friends. I don't know if they were
Yeah.
not at that time or what, but
The hero out of that came out to be Chris Rock. The way
Sure.
he
The
still
way he
went out
handled
with the
it,
show,
yeah.
the way he didn't do anything.
he definitely made it. Yeah, the way he came back from it immediately,
Yeah.
the way he did, that was impressive right there, dude. I don't know how a lot
Shannon
of people
Sharp-
that could have probably did
Shannon
that.
Sharp said something, and I had it on one of the other shows that we do. It was great how he said what he said about how he could have been able to control him. So there's no way that you could have been able to control yourself. And he did say, like, what if it was someone? There's no way he's going up there to someone who's his size. You know, because it was a pretty big difference in size.
Right.
I mean,
Very big
and Will Smith is now heavier. He's not like the Fresh Prince. All right, enough with that. But I just thought it
Fresh
was
Prince. Get it? Prince?
Yeah,
Like Prince on your hand.
yeah, right.
I've been waiting for that one all week.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into basketball because that's right now probably front and center. If you figure about it, if you think about it, let's start with Final Four. You know what? Let's start Final Four. Final Four is Kansas Villanova and Duke taking on North Carolina. I think both favorites are like -4. If you guys know, I think that's what
I
it's
think
on.
that's what it's
-4,
about.
4.5.
Not 100%. I haven't. I just bet the money line on it, so I didn't.
Did you go money line?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just go with the
that's-
money line with the dogs.
That's the way to go. Yeah.
You know, I don't spend a ton of money on it, but you catch it with. I caught it early in the week, so those odds are definitely
Right.
not what I had.
Villanova lost one of their key players, right?
Yes, they did.
Yep.
Yes, Justin Moore.
So,
That's
so
tough.
So
gotta
just
take
like
it.
my bet, it's a wing and a prayer.
Right?
You never know.
Yeah, right. And Justin
know.
Moore is going to be a big loss because from what I guess, they're kind of, and I watched the tournament, and what analysts have told me is they're not real deep
Right, the
and
bench
lose.
is not that good.
Yeah. So, and then you got the other guy who's named after alcohol, Remy Martin. He's something for Kansas. That guy's pretty good. Out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
he's awesome.
You know, and
Kansas,
Somebody said he's kind of the dark horse to win the.
I got Kansas.
Was
to do
there
that.
Like an
I'm not
MVP.
sh-
There's an
yeah,
MVP.
the MVP
Yeah.
for the
tournament?
They said
Yeah.
they don't know that he will, but he should. Is what I
Yeah.
heard. I actually heard that today.
So I mean,
Sports.
that game is at 6:00 or 5:49 on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, the weird start times.
Yeah, but if I don't know in that one. Like to me, I think the better coaching is on Villanova. What's his name? Jay Wright or something. He's the better coach. He's just just as everyone tells me he is. I think he has beaten Bill Self, the head coach of Kansas. Wright has beaten him 4 out of 5 times when they've faced head to head. I just don't know if it's going to matter this time. I don't know if they're going to have enough.
Right.
Villanova to win this game. I don't even know if they'd have enough to cover the 4. Like I could see it being what do you think? Blowout in this one?
I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
I just they're 1-2.
I hope it's a close game. I hope
It should be a
hope
close
they
game.
pull it out.
Because Jay Wright is a good. I mean, he's like the name. You know what I mean? Like now that Coach
Yeah.
Krzyzewski's going to leave, and he's still got some. Like he's the younger guy who they're going to elevate.
Right.
Kind of like how they did with the other guys, Patino and all them that then fell apart due to whatever scandal. So that's Villanova, Kansas. You guys think they cover? Kansas wins, but there's a cover for Villanova. It's going to stay at 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should stay at 4. What's the over-under? You know what the over-under is?
Ooh, I don't know the over-under.
I looked at
They lost
over-under
their
for
best
the Duke.
player, correct?
Two
Yeah.
games ago it was 70. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, right.
I took the money line with a wing and a prayer. I haven't looked at what I normally look
Right,
at
for
for this, so I'm just going to go out there myself as a person who wagers a little bit. I don't know if I'd put much on Villanova covering at that point.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I don't know. I mean, I don't follow
Well-
college basketball well enough to make that kind of a call. As far as the coaches go, I'm not familiar with Villanova's coach.
Well, like I said, he's the guy.
that program
He's
or
one of those
anything.
guys. You know, he's like, you know what I
the
mean?
guy
like,
that can inspire his guys to
he's the
fill that role.
The
losing
media
him,
gives.
You think?
It's just the guy. He is the
I
guy.
think
I
it's
don't know
going
how
to
to
be
put
like
it. He just. Go ahead.
football terms, McVay, you'd be McVay to Coach K being
Like Belichick.
Ah, okay.
So they're
Explain.
trying to
Okay.
elevate a new face of the
Gotcha.
coaching staffs.
Sure.
And he's
That's
been
how
around,
it'd be, yeah.
And he's been around, and he's a winner. He's
Right.
won. He's done
Likeable
a
guy,
lot.
I imagine.
Yeah, he's done a lot with less too.
Hey,
Far
good
less.
for him.
Which should
You know
turn
what?
around soon.
I love those stories. So if they win, that's even better. I love those stories are the best.
And Villanova's been around. Big East. I mean, they were always great back in the 80s and 90s. You know,
yeah.
against Georgetown and St. John when the Big East Syracuse when they were actually a real conference. The next game, of course, is
Scripted game.
I guess Cinderella.
Yeah, right.
They've never played.
That's crazy.
Ever in
That's
NCAA.
amazing, isn't that?
Yeah, not in a championship because usually they're not in the same brackets either.
Right.
They would never be in the same
And they
bracket.
put them in the same bracket.
Yeah.
That's why this is the first year I did not do a bracket.
Yeah,
I just couldn't do it.
because that never happened. Think about how many times were
Well,
they
St. Peter's
both
pretty
number
much
one.
knocked everybody out of
Yeah.
the brackets
Well, think,
anyway, didn't they?
how many years North Carolina and Duke were number one seeds, and
Oh, all
Duke
the
would be
time.
in the South, and North Carolina had to be out west, or whoever won the ACC. This is crazy that they never played. When I read that, I was
Right.
like, wow, that's
See,
everybody's
just doesn't
loving
seem
it.
possible.
I look at that bracket, and St. Peter's came from their bracket.
Yeah,
Why not fund money through a school that clearly needs the money and allow them to keep being the Cinderella team and keep going and going? They're the Peacock, so Peacock, the streaming service, paid for a lot of things, and it helped them. So if you know Kentucky's not going to make it, let them beat Kentucky. Get them talked about. You know it was going to come down to these two matchups. If it's really scripted, which I believe it really is.
Who do you think it's scripted to go to?
Duke.
Kansas or
Duke.
Duke?
Well-
yeah.
Duke wins the whole thing. Coach K's last year, the way he lost in the ACC tournament
to North Carolina.
to North Carolina, and now he's going to beat them this time.
I could see where you
that's
get
why
that.
it's just wild
I mean,
for
it's like it's too good to be true.
It
right?
just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like that one Super Bowl with the Ravens versus San Fran. It come down to Ray Lewis's last game, and it's a goal line stand.
Yeah,
Right.
It's just too
You
much. for
couldn't
me.
script it. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have Duke. I think is -4.5. I don't know about I think if Duke wins, it's gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be
Very.
overtime. 82-80, Duke wins.
It's
in
coming down to
overtime.
the
That's my
last
guess.
the last drive of the game. It's coming down to.
Yeah, it's gonna come down. Yeah,
Or
last
So you
ball.
think it's
overtime.
really? It's going to come down to that, huh?
I think North Carolina's really good.
They're going to try to make this be the game of the year in all of sports.
And I think North Carolina's really good.
the only reason
And they were an
question,
8 seed.
right?
Isn't that crazy?
That's why I was. That's why
Yeah.
I'm looking at the seeding on there because, like I said, I
It's
don't
nuts.
follow ball, but I heard them talked about all the
Yeah.
time. But So an 8 seed. Okay.
They buried Marquette.
Not that I'm questioning
it was an
it
8
at all.
It was
I
an
just-
8-9.
8-9. They beat Marquette by 40. Then they beat number 1 Baylor. And they beat them 93-86. Okay. They go play number 4 UCLA.
UCLA was a good school. That
These
was
are-
ranked too low.
That's some good
And St.
wins
Peter's
right
they beat
there.
the hell out of. So I
Well,
mean,
obviously.
you know,
Yeah.
Duke beats Cal State Fullerton handily.
Arkansas was a great team.
Yeah, and they got
Right.
knocked out by Duke in what was it, in the Elite Eight.
Elite Eight.
So and Texas Tech they beat, Michigan State they beat, and Texas Tech was the
a good
closest.
school.
Yeah, that was the closest matchup for Duke.
They've had the harder schedule to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want to think it's hard to beat teams twice too. Like you know
Right.
what I mean?
Right,
North Carolina
yeah.
already beat
This-
them.
Wait, didn't they play each other in the regular season too?
They probably did. I don't even know what the hell happened.
'Cause
They would have to,
did.
right?
They had to have, yeah.
Yeah, Robin. Oh, you're busy. I got to find out who won that.
Duke, North Carolina had to have
I thought
played.
North Carolina
find out.
won.
Then it'd be twice. Because it would have been the tournament and the regular season.
I'm not 100%.
You might be right. So that's going to be real hard to beat a team 3 times. We know that in any sport, 3 times is very difficult to beat a team. And Duke, of course, there's like 6 guys in this game that I think are going to probably they might be top 10. For definitely first round players. Could be top 15, I
Number
assume.
5, what is it?
Poncho, whatever. Poncho Rio.
That Williams at center has really shocked the draft boards in
Right.
this tournament.
So it's, I mean, it's the game of the year. I mean, for many reasons. Even if Coach Krzyzewski wasn't retiring this game,
Would be a good
would be
game, too.
unbelievable that it even happened. Still surprised, man. It still shocks me that they never played because they were always in one seed somewhere. So how couldn't they ever just clash?
Right.
You know. And,
I mean,
and
if like the odds are not,
yeah, that's nuts.
real strong, that's gonna.
So they played
It's
in the
not gonna
regular
happen.
season, and Duke won.
Duke won.
67.
All right, so we've
Oh,
had a
okay,
split.
so I was wrong.
I hope I said that
Okay.
right. I just looked at it.
You're probably-
I was trying to find it myself, and I wasn't
Yeah, so I mean,
doing a good job of that.
I don't know. For me, I think Duke will probably win, but I wouldn't be surprised
I just think Duke's.
if North Carolina. I wouldn't be shocked.
And then the Duke Kansas matchup would be a good matchup. Because, like in the comments, they do. Kansas runs the floor well, and they're very big.
Yeah. What was wrong with Duke? All year, Duke was kind of weird. I mean, I didn't think they were that good this year. When you watch them through the regular season,
I think the point guard went from being struggling to benched to now being really good.
to being right. No, you're right. That did happen. I mean, and I think there had to be pressure on the players to win for their coach.
I'm
Just
sure.
because
I
it was
mean,
so
come on,
huge. It was on
yeah.
ESPN everywhere. It's just
They're
a
riding
major.
it like
They
riding that wave, man.
But that could have been pressure, like pressure you could choke under.
Right.
Oh, sure,
You know,
of course,
'cause that's
yeah.
a big
Sure, of
deal.
course.
Also,
Yes.
back when they played in February, Duke was number 9 in the nation. North Carolina wasn't ranked.
Isn't that nuts?
Then they played. Now they're going to play together in March.
Wow.
North Carolina being a number
Come
9,
a long way.
and
Holy
ever
cow.
since their legendary coach Williams retired for North Carolina, they've been kind of. I think there's a year they missed the tournament. North Carolina, right? Or
There was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, right? And that's crazy. And I think Duke missed it last year too
Duke did
because of COVID. They said it was a COVID thing, but still they missed it. Duke was
Well,
not
it's a
in the
lot harder
tournament.
for these schools like Duke and North Carolina when they get the one and dones.
Yeah.
It's just hard to keep it like flowing. Like that's why I think a Villanova would be a little bit better because they're not just so much one and done players.
True. Right. Do you,
I think it's been like since 2007 since Duke has made the final.
has it really?
Mind-blowing.
That is mind blowing too. I had no idea. Oh, I had no idea. I can't remember.
Duke's
Yeah.
always been dominant. They've always had a top 5 pick every year,
Yeah. Oh yeah, in the draft. Sure.
including
yeah.
that fat fuck
Which
Zion
one?
Williams.
Yeah. Jeez. What a bomb.
When's he coming back?
He's
Yeah.
not.
He's not.
He's
He
not.
might never come back ever. He's so fat.
Yeah.
Well, they said he was. They said they had video of him playing or something the
Yeah.
other day.
And we were laughing about. I was laughing the other day.
I didn't see the video. I
Yeah.
heard about it.
Yeah, it's him just like out
Just
at
throwing a ball around.
yeah, dunking on no one. I mean,
No, oh, yeah.
in an empty gymnasium.
Uh-oh.
I just think that
I woke up and seen an ad today, and I really thought that was Zion Williams.
Come on, he's not that big,
it
is
was
he
a
really?
Paramount trying to do a movie skit, and I really thought that was Zion Williams.
I'm going to tell you.
I know he's a big dude.
He looked weird even when he was in good shape. playing.
Yeah, he looks huge.
I don't know if you guys
He's huge.
remember for
wild.
North Carolina when Julius Peppers played for North Carolina. He played
Yes.
basketball. He looked odd. It just didn't look right. He's a football player playing basketball.
right.
He just, and that's what Williamson looked like to me. Like I thought, man, how is this guy gonna even in the NBA? I didn't even feel he was quick. I don't know. To me, what the hell do I know? But he didn't even look
Right.
quick enough to me. Like it was weird.
I know it
But-
looked weird. He dominated the little schools. I mean, he
just
played with superior talent. It's like an Alabama type thing.
It was a big mistake.
Did he get paid already?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Big
he
money?
He
Had
should have
to
been the first.
Yeah.
No,
Had
he,
to.
that was
Not yet. Not yet.
No, he
Yeah,
got
he
paid
paid big.
Rookie contracts. Were
Rookie,
big.
big.
Are they
right.
big? Oh, I don't know how.
Yeah, right out of the
I
gate.
don't know how. I didn't know if they were limited.
The
what they
last
are.
year or two before the NIG deals,
Mm.
so he could have got paid.
I-
He didn't get paid in college.
No, he hasn't played in 2 years or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been a while.
They,
since
they
he's
say
seen
that,
him.
that
I remember he dominated when he was playing. That dude was a beast.
yeah, him going to North Carolina or New Orleans is not a good fit for him.
Yeah.
If the weight was always a thing, I don't know if it was, but there's a lot of situations where in the NBA you go to a city and it ruins you. Like Michael Beasley going to Miami might have ruined him. He could have been so much better.
Oh, he's probably getting in that gumbo down there in
Right,
New
that's-
Orleans.
that's
huh?
the problem. Like,
yeah,
Michael Beasley-
buddy. There's some good food in
There's
out there.
rookies coming out saying like there's nothing to do in this city. There's nothing to do, and all they do is go to the gym and work out and work out and work out. Michael Beasley was in Miami.
Right. Oh, yeah, because if you're in Utah, it's
Right.
got to
What
be.
do you have to do?
You're playing basketball, right? That's what you're
Yeah,
going to do.
you're not doing too much
No.
on a Friday night. in
Let's
Utah,
talk about the
I don't think.
NBA then, I guess, now that we were talking about it.
Sure.
Anyways, playoffs are coming in about 6 games. I got the things written down here. I mean, the standing, the East is set, except for maybe who goes where, but that's it. The top 10 are set. I'm not a big fan of this play-in stuff at all, but the top 10 is set. With the Heat and the Bucks could jump back and forth in 1 or 2, you know. Celtics, Sixers could also make those kind of moves, and maybe the Bulls, Raptors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you have the Cavs. Well, I guess they could jump, but let's just say they're stuck at 7. It's the East is good in the
Right.
play-in. The play-in in the East is good because you got the Cavs at 42 and 35.
That fell off in the last month.
Yeah, really fell off.
Way off.
Brooklyn, Charlotte, and Atlanta are all 40 and 37. Forget the Knicks; they're out. So that's a decent play-in. Now you know how the play-in works: 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9, and then the
One
winners
game,
play,
right? And the
one
winner
game
plays right.
each other.
Yeah.
Kind of okay in the East. Looks good to me. You know, it's fine.
But then-
The West is a disgrace.
You got the West as some of the 31 games.
Watch Golden State don't drop down there with Steph Curry.
They're
hurt.
falling fast.
Oh, yeah,
Golden State
they're
too.
saying he's. Oh, is he back yet? When's he come back?
I'm not sure when he's coming back, but they just have been falling. Even when he was there, they've been losing. I don't know what's gone on ever since
Yeah.
I think it was ever since they actually maybe beat Phoenix. I don't know what happened, but ever since then they just have gone.
Falling apart.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not that Steph Curry isn't the best shooter of all time as he is, but it's a lot to bank on someone shooting the ball like that. Like he doesn't pass. He does pass good, but he's not like he doesn't change the game with his passing. Like if he's not on shooting that night, they essentially lose that game.
And I don't.
They
and
say he's out for the regular season.
oh, is it? Well, 6 games. Yeah. So he'll. But Thompson doesn't look good at all.
Thompson looks garbage, and
Yeah, he
they're
looks-
beating him like he is
Yeah,
Klay Thompson of the before.
He's still struggling, and he missed 2 years.
Poole needs to take over that spot.
He does.
There's no
Well, you're
reason
right.
if you
Yeah,
if
and he
you took
looks-
the blind resumes and played
Yes.
these guys in no number jerseys, you would look at Poole and be like, he needs to be a starter.
Definitely, yeah. And you got Draymond still there doing what he does.
might as well just retire.
Yeah, he's
He'd
just
rather
running
watch LeBron James play than do this.
Yeah, and he runs.
I got my pick on all this. I got who I'm putting my money on.
I've got a question from the message board.
Okay, great.
Kenneth Jackson wants to know, do you guys think LaMelo Ball is better than Lonzo Ball?
Hey, these guys.
It's close.
Yeah,
Wow,
The,
yeah.
the
I
problem
don't know,
is one
man.
person's
That's
in the
harsh.
spotlight of the Lakers.
right.
They
Yeah.
really brought, like I keep saying over and over again, these draft picks should get the pick where they get to go. Because him going to LA was just not a good spot
Spot.
for him.
Right. No, yeah, that's a good question.
But I mean, Lonzo or LaMelo right now is just crushing it.
Mhm.
Good
like,
question.
Bringing up him, if they would have drafted properly,
It's amazing
Golden
how a
State,
market can destroy.
go
player,
ahead
huh?
and put LaMelo Ball on that team.
Yeah, yeah, and
Their
markets
expectations are so
do
huge.
destroy people.
Sure.
I mean, in all sports, you get that.
You can find an alpha person that can go to a city like Miami, LA, and New York and be fine, but like some people just can't do it.
The Suns right now in the West are the best team. It's not even close.
Yeah.
They are really, when you watch them, and I've been watching them, they probably, as far as, well, how would you put it? As far as playing the game as a team, wow, They do that really well. And you got guys coming. They're very deep coming off the bench, and Booker's unbelievable. And I think he is kind of underrated, actually.
Booker?
Yeah, he's very underrated. Chris Paul is better than I ever gave him credit for because when he was gone, I realized it. When he was hurt here this last time, how good he is. Ayton is very good. Ayton can be very good. He's kind of streaky from what I see.
He also doesn't get the chances like every other center does.
That one guy though,
Bridges
is good, but Cameron Johnson when Booker was out, my good, he had 35, he had 38.
He have 13 threes that game or something?
Yeah, it was out of
control. It was wild.
Yeah, he comes off the bench basically. So
they're the best team in there.
And I like what you call it.
They lost 14 games.
As far as being just kind of like your Charles Oakley was.
I put my money on him.
Why am I forgetting his name? Number 99, the big guy. He's played for a lot of different teams. Jeez, Robin, who is it? Number 9, big guy for Crowder. I kind of like how he plays. He's got a purpose.
He's what the Heat are missing right now.
Yeah, he shoots threes. He's all right. He fights everyone. It's nice, because it happened the other day with Karl Anthony Towns, and it was stupid. I like Towns, but I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if it's because of Beverly.
Beverly.
Yeah, because he's acting. You know what I think is
He's
bad?
been better though. He's been playing
a lot better. He's been
incredible.
What I don't like is though when you're going to start getting into it, don't
backwards,
laughing and clapping. What is that? You look like a fool.
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
I hate it.
Yeah.
It happened to me. I watched a couple of games. I see it all the time. There's a reason why. There's an NFL player. We won't talk about his name. I cannot stand this player. He does it all the time. And
laughing and clapping.
I can't take it. And then he'll get into someone's face in the middle, like right after the play ends. But then when the other guy stands up and gets into his face, he'll back up for his lineman to get him to him.
Yeah, well.
Drives me nuts.
Karl Anthony Towns, I thought that was it's a bad look to me, but I don't know.
People that don't know that answer, by the way. Don't know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. So you got the Suns, and then Memphis is second with Ja Morant. I don't think they got 54 wins.
They're incredible. Ja Morant is incredible.
He is, but I think they try to get me to really just be enthralled with his dunking sometimes. Yeah. There's a lot of dunking going on, but he is incredible.
But you got to look at a player like that.
He is very good.
You don't want him to go too close and get too many hits and too many contact, and then he just turns out like Derrick Rose and gets hurt. You don't want that to happen.
Dallas has jumped to number 3.
It's pretty incredible.
48 and 29, tied with Golden State. Utah's always there. Minnesota, we were just talking about Karl Anthony Towns. Now, here is the problem. Minnesota's 43 and 35, right? And the 7th. They have to play in the play-in. Number 8 is the Clippers at 37 and 40. That's okay. New Orleans here's the problem. New Orleans is 33 and 43. The Spurs are 31 and 45. And the bum Lakers are 31 and 45 trying to get in. You're 31 and 45, and you're going to have LeBron and that other clown, and you're going to play that. If I'm Minnesota, I'm outraged.
Who's the other clown, John?
I'm not going to say his name.
Is the other clown Anthony Davis or Westbrook?
Anthony Davis.
Okay, we're good. We're fine.
Not Westbrook, because you know what? Westbrook is what he is.
Anthony Davis with the brow.
Yeah.
Brow.
Westbrook is what he is.
Westbrook is good.
He's just, I think he's coming to the end.
Right.
Wouldn't you say he's coming to the end?
He's been frustrated as hell, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
And he doesn't care, though.
And he's there.
He said, if we never win, I don't care.
But think about if you're Minnesota and you end up playing the Lakers. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you should beat the Lakers, but still, look at those 3 guys you got to take on.
Right, but if you're in Minnesota, you shouldn't be in the playoffs anyway if there wasn't a plan. 7 teams don't make the playoffs. It was only 6.
I thought it was 8 in basketball.
What?
Top 8.
Always 8?
Yeah, I think it's top 8, just like hockey.
Oh,
yeah,
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'm pissed because now you got to play the Lakers. I mean, the Spurs one thing, but the Lakers would concern me when it's LeBron.
Is Anthony Davis back?
He'll be back. He'll be ready.
That sucks.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah, I'd be concerned too because they could go on a run with him.
And I got to tell you another thing. If I jump over to the East, Brooklyn, I'm
Brooklyn not?
I'm tired of that. That team there.
I thought they were supposed to be. Well, What's back, right?
He can play now.
Yeah, right.
Yep, he can play.
Weird.
Yeah, he can play.
Real COVID stopped for the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, KD's unbelievable. I know that he's ridiculous.
So
he can win. Kyrie is too. Yeah. So that team sitting at 8 is so. Now they got to play in the play-in. They're going to play the Hornets. Well, Atlanta's
how long has
good.
Kyrie been back for?
Oh,
Kyrie's been playing all the away games.
All the away
games.
games.
He has. Okay.
But Atlanta's good. Atlanta's a good team.
Atlanta's a good team.
They're really good. The East is really a much more competitive. Where I think the West is top heavy. I mean,
that's the team I'm taking right there.
You like the Bucks with Giannis is something else. I mean, it's going to be a fun playoff this year.
Yesterday,
I'm looking forward
supposed to be Kevin Durant coming out. I see Nick Wright talking about that. It was supposed to be Kevin Durant was supposed to take the next step to getting out of LeBron's shadow, whatever, and then Giannis put a 3 right in his face.
Yes.
And that was one thing.
Right.
Giannis could never do the 3-pointer. That was his one knock. He's going to be a one pony.
Right.
Can't do anything. He drives to the hole and he passes. That's it.
Yeah.
Now you can shoot a 3, which is a big problem for the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look at what happened with the Suns. I think, although, I don't know, I think the Suns, I mean, obviously, look at their number, the wins, but I don't know. There's so much there.
Is it too much?
No, because I don't think they have the stars. It isn't LeBron, like the LeBron and Davis and that. This is guys like, Cameron Johnson, You mentioned, why am I forgetting his name? Bridges. The guys like that, Ayton. I mean, he's big, but these aren't like the stars, these guys.
Right.
You got Booker and you have Paul.
We talked about this before, that you don't always need a star to take you where you need to go.
Right.
Sometimes the star is a distraction. Unless your star is the Booker, that it just sits there and shuts up and shoots the ball and scores. It doesn't have problems off the court. That is a distraction, like Anthony Davis and LeBron not showing up to their games.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about the basketball, Westbrook has done what he's averaged for his career. This is what he does. He's a statistic guy. He doesn't win you games. Sometimes he hits a buzzer beater.
Right.
But he's done. This is what was advertised. You got what was advertised. The problem that Lakers fans need to understand is you need to blame your saviors in Anthony Davis and LeBron for physically not being able to show up to the games.
Right. And
They're
Davis
hurt. That's the problem.
Davis has been, and LeBron.
Always hurt.
LeBron's
Davis
one thing.
always
Davis
hurt.
is just too much
Right.
because he should dominate. That guy's.
Right.
He's all. I mean,
He's awesome.
He is. I mean, you put him right there.
And their
Giannis
bench
and everybody.
Their bench is incredible.
You got what do you got on there? You
Yeah,
got Carmelo,
Monk,
right?
Yeah,
Monk.
Carmelo, Monk.
I know. Yeah.
Thornton, they should have traded for another
And they're not
key guy.
And unfortunately, they can't play bench because these other guys are always out. And then you don't even know if they're really. I never know. And I hate to say it. Basketball's the only sport I say that in. I never
really
know
are.
what's really happening because they made a big
better.
mistake. Yes, couple of years ago with that load management days. That was bad.
Floyd Mayweather was bitching about it the other day. He said it's not fair that people spend all their money on coming to these expensive games.
Yes.
Get there and then realize Durant's not playing.
It's bad. That's
Yeah,
crap. That's
absolutely
garbage.
not. Yeah, because that's exactly
Durant's
you're
on
paid
the-
to see the face of the franchise.
Then Durant's on the ticket that you bought. Literally his face
Yeah,
is on the ticket you
yeah.
bought.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't stand it. The NBA's got to straighten up. Although this year's, I feel like the playoffs are going to be great this year in the NBA. I'm looking at it and I'm like, man. I mean, the Celtics are awfully good the way they've been playing lately.
Right.
You know,
And
really,
they're
Tatum. My God, they've played well.
If you look at those teams, I think they're one of the weaker ones, to be honest. I know their record puts them at 3, but
I love him. I actually really like Embiid. And I hope that maybe something can happen with him in the 76ers. I do like him, but who knows? I mean, he chokes a little bit when the game's on the line. He kind of chokes.
Right.
So,
Before
Harden too. Yeah. That's
before
kinda
commercial
true.
happens or whatever, we did a trade deadline show here. John and I don't think Scott was here yet. All these trades that we talked about, I was very wrong about Dallas. I thought Dallas was going to go way down when they got rid of Porzingis. Remember that?
Yes,
and they got another point guard and
Right.
What's his name?
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
And I thought they would just shoot way down because they're taking the ball out of Donic's hands and it's panned out. You know, Luka, he plays all of the first quarter, sits a lot of the second, but when he's leaving in the first quarter, he's already got his 21 points.
I know. The
That
guy's
dude's a
ridiculous.
beast.
Yeah. He's
gonna be the MVP, obviously.
the shooting and the
The MVP should have went. They should go to Jokic.
I'm so sick of that guy.
He's so good though.
I don't like him. I don't know.
Why don't you like him?
I don't know. There's something about him I
He
don't
did
like.
a cheap shot or two in
There's
this
something
career.
about him. There's something going on.
You look at you
And then
sideways
his-
or something?
Yeah, and then his brothers jump out of the
Yeah.
brothers jump out of the crowd
Russian
all
idiot.
stupid, and it's kind of
It's like a Brittany Mahomes. deal.
yeah. I would really like to.
But like it would have been Embiid though, but then Harden
Yeah.
came and kind of staggered that offense.
And you figure
The offense was moving better with before Harden was there.
the Suns won't have an MVP. It should be Booker if he's going to be in the
And you know
running.
the best thing about that is I don't think Booker gives a shit.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think he cares.
Nope. But if you look at any of these other people on the Western Conference, there's players on there that want their awards, and that's the
Yeah.
problem why they're not number one.
I agree.
Luka's a stat hog. You got John Morant. The offense runs through him. You take him out of the game, you win that game. Clippers are coming back. Paul George is coming back.
Yeah, I saw him the other night. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a good.
This is the best NBA season we've had in a very long time.
It is, and it's going to be really good. I just
Deservedly
hate.
so, fans there and everything. That's awesome.
I just cannot stand this playing thing. There's something about it that's aggravating.
I don't
me.
like it either. I never liked it from jump, to be
I mean,
honest.
and it's all because I knew this would happen one day. We're going to have a team 16 games under 500
Yeah.
playing a team that's 10 games
Yeah.
over, and anything can
And maybe
happen.
go on a run.
Yeah.
Right.
All the Lakers need is a playoff berth.
I know, because
They got a good
everyone's
shot.
going to
That's all-
play.
Their
Davis
roster
coming
is
back,
far
man.
too talented.
Yeah, I know it is, and you said the guys that are on that should be on the bench. Really,
You look at their team, them and the Nets. Nets. I said it
Nets.
right.
I wish it was the Knicks.
They're just so deep,
Yeah.
and they're getting like the vet minimum guys that keep coming to their team. I don't think that's fair, but they got them. They got DeAndre Jordan as their backup center.
Yeah. No, you know what?
4 years ago, he was a dominant center.
Yeah. Well, we should probably take a break because we're halfway home. And when we come back, of course, we have to talk about the NFL because what else are we going to do?
Yes.
We'll be back.
Scenic beauty of Letchworth State Park is truly spectacular. Everyone should have the opportunity to enjoy this wonder of nature. The Autism Nature Trail at Letchworth will provide ADA-compliant accessibility and allow those with autism, as well as visitors of all ages and abilities, to push boundaries, explore new activities, and develop skills. Go to autismnaturetrails.com to learn more, and please help support this important project.
All right, we're back thanks to our sponsors. And if you get a chance, go to the Gorillas Inc. Facebook page and look at our store. Cards, all kinds of memorabilia, along with many other things. Just a lot. We even got computers on there. You got everything you could want at one stop right there at the Gorillas Inc. store. And you might want to get your Austin Matthews card since he scored his 50th last night, and probably end up with 60. So I'm going to assume you'll want that card. Right now, I saw his rookie card signed. It was $1.1 million was being sold for in Canada.
Come on.
And 908,000 American.
Yeah, but
Who's going to pay for it? Yeah, right. I know. It's money that they put it up there.
Yeah.
It was on eBay even. So I wanted to hit buy it now. If I hit buy it now, that's got to be great. But anyways, get your Austin Matthews card.
Yes.
Anyhow, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the NFL and a few things before we get into some of our draft stuff. Some things I want to get your guys' opinion. You might have had opinions before, but now we know it's solid. NFL overtime is, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, if I hear it right, everyone gets a chance. After the kickoff, the one team, if they score, the other team gets a chance to score. If they score, I guess we just keep going back and forth. What happens if you score? Let me ask a question. If I get it kicked off to me, I score. Scott, you come back at me and score. I go down and score. Do I still got to give you another chance?
No, it's over.
It's over.
No, the second score is over.
No, the third score's over.
No, one team scored twice. Same team scores.
But it
yeah,
could
but
be a
that'd be the
kickoff.
third score though.
Right, it could be it could be a field goal.
If the Bears get the opening kickoff and score,
It's
Miami
7-0.
gets the opening or the next kickoff.
It's
scores,
7-7.
Then the next score wins.
Yeah, no, I just meant that whoever wins
Oh,
had to
yeah.
score
Okay,
twice.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. So then that could be a field goal at that point.
Yes.
Or anything.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
My
It's
question,
only for the playoffs.
and I hate that even more.
That's,
for the
that's the
playoffs.
worst part. That's
and
the only thing
that
that
makes me
bothers
mad
me. Really.
too, because that's going to change when a team doesn't make it because of the same issue, right? Someone will get pissed when it's overtime, and they're going to be like, "Well, I deserved a chance." But my problem with this thing is, I just think it diminishes defense to the point where I don't even understand. If you can't stop someone, I understand everyone's tired and maybe whatever, but you got to be able to stop someone.
Absolutely.
And if
I
you
agree.
can't stop, there's 3 phases to every football
agree.
game.
You should,
Oh,
yeah, you
and I
should
just
have-
don't know
I mean,
why we
it's-
do this.
I was
It's-
more interested with the kickoff.
All's it is, I mean, just be honest. It's the NFL wanting more time on television.
I guess.
I mean, why else? It doesn't really benefit anybody else really that much, other than the NFL had a good point about it, saying that if you look back, the coin toss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was what, like 80, 90% of the time whoever won the coin toss won. I mean, that was one of their go-tos. I truly don't care.
I think in the
I
playoffs.
thought it should just be you need to make a stop. I get it. Was I disappointed last year? Yeah, I
No,
was disappointed, but it was the rules, dude. I mean, that's just how
that's
it
the
goes.
rules. Yeah.
So the NFL's always looking to change and benefit from it. I mean, the guy that benefited, the guy from the NFL was saying that it was like he's like, oh, that was like the greatest football I've ever seen, half an hour football I've ever seen. You know, they want to benefit from it some more, makes more money. It's all it's ever about.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, for me, it just I don't know.
Especially an extended playoff game.
I'm a defender.
I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if you could extend it longer, of course.
Well, yeah, but now you're going to get into the regular season, where I guess it's funny. In the regular season, though, the coin flip, I think, overtime is only like, whoever wins the coin toss, I think only wins 58% or 54% in regular season.
Okay.
In playoffs, that's like crazy for some
Probably more
weird reason.
on home field advantage might have something to do with that. I mean, I don't know how much it's correlated together, but
I'm just not understanding why we would just the NFL.
MLB did this with the guy on second base.
But it's always been sudden death in football. Just like it's sudden death. It's kind of like how hockey, sudden death. First goal wins. It doesn't matter when it happens. It could happen right off the opening faceoff.
See, the only thing different with that though is you can't really score on defense. I mean, you can, but you're trying to stop someone from scoring. In hockey, you're defense and offense all the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's sudden death. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter how you score. If it went off the guy's skate, it's a goal. It's over. Sudden death. You could get scored on in the first 12 seconds.
how is it in baseball? Same way?
No, because you always get the bottom of the order. You know, if you score in the top of the 10th, the bottom of the 10th, you get your
The whole
chance.
team
Always get to the
it's
last
a
at
match.
bats.
Right.
Which is kind of like that
So
NFL's almost doing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I just
pretty
don't like the fact of switching it for playoffs. It's the same thing that MLB did in the playoffs, putting someone on second base.
trust me, it'll get switched into the season
has
eventually.
to.
I'm quite sure it's going to happen.
I don't think it should be. I hate the overtime rule. I think it's.
Or
stupid.
who knows? After the season, they might trash it all together. I mean, who knows how many
It's
times
just
it's even going to happen?
the fact that college
That's the
overtime
other-
runs better.
If we could go 5
drives me
years and it
nuts.
doesn't
That's the
happen.
other thing, though, too. How much does it really happen? What we just had, this overtime stuff.
Well, how many games? There was a bunch of overtime games this year, wasn't there?
I can't
That's
remember.
what they kind of used some of that logic right there. I believe there was quite a few games. Wasn't it one weekend? Like 3 games went to overtime.
Overtime? You
I
might
think
be
it was
right.
like a whole slate of games went to overtime.
Sudden death is what makes it great. And yeah, my favorite team has been on the wrong side. Mine has. Never been on the right side of that, actually. Always been on the wrong side.
I get
so
it, but just-
I don't even care.
Offense should touch the ball is really what they're.
Yeah, and I don't
saying,
like it.
and It's just
It made enraged.
I
That
think
actually pissed me off.
Each team should start on their own 40.
See, I don't even like that. I know what you're saying. I don't even like that. I just
that's
want
a
to.
college rule, right? Somewhat a
I-
little tweak to it.
I just want them to kick it off. If you lost the coin toss, I'm sorry. Now you got to stop them. I don't know. I just feel like you got to stop them. That's why you have 11 guys on that side.
What if when you did
So-
the opening coin toss, right? So you avoid the whole coin toss. If you win the opening coin toss and you choose to get the ball first, you don't get the ball in overtime. Get rid of the second coin flip. Not
See,
make
I
it
was
two
wondering
empty
if they were. I
situations.
Why
thought that
is
maybe
the
they
coin
should.
flip-
I thought they were going to maybe worm something like that in
Right,
too.
get rid of the whole
because that
coin
does
toss.
make more sense
What-
as well. But I guess they didn't.
What's wrong with the coin? The coin has been the only time the coin.
That goddamn
the,
coin.
The only time the coin screwed up was when the Steelers played the Lions. I remember on Thanksgiving, and Jerome Bettis actually called heads, and they thought he caught tails, and all hell broke loose because it was a mess. So leave the coin.
I digress.
I love the coin.
There was another game where wasn't it this? It was within the past year or two where the ref kept flipping the coin and it didn't actually flip.
Oh, it didn't go.
And he kept having to like 2 or 3 times. I think he had to flip
Well,
the coin.
that's user error, right? I mean, that's the coin.
That goddamn coin, John.
The coin flip has been going. All right,
We've
you know
all
what?
evil.
End it all.
What if
Just
the
don't
home
even
team
do
got the
anything.
ball first every time?
Yeah, fine.
That would make home field even more important.
Yeah, everyone. You know what? How about just everyone touches the ball all the time?
All the time.
Or let's just play one 15-minute quarter. That's it.
Yeah.
And it ends in 15 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't have to go to an extra quarter. But if it does, it does. Because I remember way back when the Chargers played the Dolphins, it went to like 4 overtimes because they couldn't score on each other.
They got to switch it to make it even. Everybody's got to play in overtime. You switch over to lacrosse.
Yeah, I mean,
Rugby, or maybe rugby. Take your pads off,
Right,
take
yeah.
your helmet off, scrum it up, dude.
if we really just want offense, just play 7-on-7. Screw it. We can't touch the quarterback in overtime. I don't know. What do you guys want? Because
That would be wild.
that's the cry here. Not from just Buff. I'm not saying it's just a Bills fan, so calm down. This is
Actually,
for everything.
really, I mean, I know,
It's for
but
everyone.
it was championed by all the other teams. I mean,
Of course, yeah, there was, yeah. But there was teams that didn't want it. And I was reading what they were
it was
saying.
what it was, dude. It's the rules.
And I'm
Miami
like,
was one of the teams that did not want it.
Did I want Josh to touch the ball again? Sure,
Of course
I
you did, 'cause you're a
but
fan, but-
unfortunately, they didn't do what was necessary to get the ball back in their hands.
I strongly
so.
believe the NFL wouldn't have done this if it was the other way around and Kansas City lost.
possible.
I just don't see it.
Let us move on to one other thing before we get to draft. We have some teams that are having stadium issues. The Bears, the Chiefs. Anything going on, Robin, that we need to know? Bears, Chiefs, and Bills. The Bills issues, I think, have been solved. But the Chiefs and Bears, I don't think has yet.
I did not know the Chiefs were.
Yeah, they're having issues about talking to move to Kansas. Kansas City, Kansas, instead of Kansas City, Missouri. They're talking about that.
You know, that's kind of been up in the air for a little while, right? I think I've heard of that before.
Now, my problem with all this, and the Bears are talking about moving out of Chicago, kind of like how Orchard Park is to Buffalo.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that one. Wow, really? Soldier Field be gone, huh?
Public money in meaning taxpayer money, going to these stadiums. How the hell what do you guys think of all that? And you're talking about money. I'm talking the government is just handing it over to these franchises.
Yeah.
Not asking for it paid back either.
That's the interesting part that I just don't get. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. There's got to be some way that it's getting
Because
paid
the
back.
only place that makes anything out of it, Niagara County, where we live, I have to reveal, we're in Western New York. We're in Niagara County, which is next to Erie County, where the Bills play, well, Orchard Park, whatever. Niagara County's not going to touch this.
No.
It does no good for me at all. I don't care. Economic development for Western New York, great, but it doesn't come to Niagara County. I don't know what it's doing, but it ain't coming there. It's probably staying, I assume, in Orchard Park, because I don't even know how
The
much.
stadium?
Yeah, I
The
mean.
new one's going right across the street.
It's going right across
Across the
from
street.
it.
But I'm saying, who's really benefiting when the state of New York gives the billionaire $850 million for this thing?
Right.
You know who's not going to benefit? And I just thought about this yesterday. All those people who have kind of, I would imagine some of them, because the way they have their setups over there, that have people park on their property. And it's been a
Interesting.
staple of their income
Oh, it sure
for
has. yeah.
years.
Well,
Yeah.
And some of them park a lot of cars. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, dude, they ain't cheap what they charge. They'll hit
Oh,
you
yeah.
at
They
30
park
bucks,
them right up to
which
their
is a
front-
crack of shit.
their-
right for the
their
front
porch.
doors.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be 16 blocks away and they'll want $30 to park
Yeah.
on their lawn.
Yeah. No,
But
No.
yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't understand.
It's
like
been
I said,
going
we
on for
talked
years,
prior,
though,
I gotta
yeah.
kind of look at that more.
And it's been going
that
on,
agreement
though.
to see how it's.
I
laid
just
out
think
there.
it's stupid that you're spending so much money and didn't put a dome. And again, like John told you, where we live, it snows. You should have had a dome.
Exactly. I want something you can use all year.
Here's the
round
other
for different
thing.
shit.
The other thing is, though, like, if you're going to, we're talking about all these owners, not at Buffalo, Chicago, Kansas City. We're talking about billionaires.
Yeah.
Why do they only have to contribute $250 million, but me, the taxpayer, has to throw in $850 million?
Yeah.
Like, how
It's
does it just seems backwards?
Well, how does a multi-millionaire pay $400 in taxes, and they take more than that out of me 2 weeks?
I know.
I mean, it's because the rich get richer, dude. It's just how it works.
I just can't.
Unfortunately, they're privy to laws that benefit them.
Who's
once you have that
representing
kind of money.
the people to say, like, no, we don't want to pay that much?
Unfortunately, some do. Some people will, and on all these places. I've read it in everywhere. Because it wasn't just here in Buffalo. The Chiefs are having an issue, but they're only.
Well, Buffalo really didn't have an issue. It seemed like it kind of sailed through pretty quick.
Yeah,
we said that earlier. It didn't seem like anybody
There was
put up.
a
Not that I
few
wanted
people-
a fight put up, but I don't know how much squabbling as far as
Few
the
people,
monies.
few politicians said, "Hey, why are we spending this much here when we have issues that money could go to,
The schools.
not a stadium?" And but Kansas City's saying the same thing. But Missouri or Kansas is only offering $250 million to the Chiefs, and the Bears.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
a
sure how much they're
big
getting.
difference, buddy.
But here, it's and that's fine. Do what you got to do. But I'm going to tell you this: in your own communities, if you are paying heavy tax, if you're paying high taxes, you're paying high property tax. You got whatever you got going on. I don't know how everyone is okay with saying, "Yeah, get that 850 million and just give it to them. Hand it over to the billionaire. Just hand it to them." And I don't know, and not have to pay it back. It just seems weird to me.
See,
Just does.
I've seen a Bills fan, and on his Facebook, he posted to the NFL. He's a diehard Bills fan. I've never had any problems with this guy. Whatever. Just complaining about that it's just a bad timing that they got their stadium
Right.
done. The pandemic's really not over. It's getting there, but it's not over. These schools still need help financially, and we're approving a stadium to move. You know how stupid it sounds, across the street. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then we live in a place with snow, and you
you
don't
gotta
put
cover
a
it.
dome over.
Yeah,
now you
that's
can't have anything here. You can't bring tennis
I don't think they
here.
could really
You can't
upgrade the
bring
current stadium. the way
monster
it
trucks
needed to be
here.
done,
There's
so
nothing to
I
bring
know
here.
that's why that place was kind of falling apart.
Think-
I mean, maybe we didn't see it, but I know that I've heard that.
Right. For you people that live in our area, possibly, think of this. There is casino money. There's casinos here which are Native American casinos. Well, squabble with New York State, they haven't been paying, okay, for a couple of years now.
Right.
The host cities are like Niagara Falls, Buffalo, Salamanca, whatever. Those cities were supposed to get money. They weren't getting it because the squabble between the Senecas and Albany. Albany lends money to those cities and says, you have to pay us back. And by the way, the $560 million that the Senecas are paying us in the next 2 weeks, I'm taking that and giving it to the Pagulas. That's what she said. The governor said that.
Oh.
I'm taking that money and it's going there. I don't know, man. It's at some point people got to wake up because I don't get it. I don't know how anyone in this country is okay with that.
Nobody really put up a fight about
Yeah.
it.
The
Nobody's
whole
really
the whole
said
purpose
anything about
is
it.
to create revenue with this stadium, not just for the Bills, but for other things. If you look at other stadiums in like warmer places, obviously it's more convenient. They're in warmer places. Like the Dolphins, they have the tennis, the huge tennis tournaments, pro tennis.
We needed
Formula One,
a dome, yeah.
everything in the arena. They can bring in bowl games. The bowl game would help pay so much money in this city, and you don't put a dome on it. It's just the silliest, dumbest thing I've ever encountered. And for a football aspect of the Bills, they don't run the ball and they don't stop the run.
So it's great to have an indoor
Put up a dome.
spot. They can be the greatest show on turf.
For 350
Yeah.
more million to put on a dome or whatever that
Oh, the
price
state
was.
would've
I
gave
mean,
it
I
to
wish
them.
they would have too, because they
Just
could have
put
had
up
so
the
many
dome.
more
Oh,
events
just
in
go
there.
tell
So
the
many more. Every concert, you
Go
would
tell
have
the governor.
big
Year
concerts
round, you
there.
could have events during the
But,
you know
in the
attract
winter-
people during the winter
In the winter, we
months.
get
I'm
nothing, and now we got to go to
sure-
Syracuse for concerts because we have nothing.
I
in
am
Buffalo.
sure that people would be very happy to have their taxes raised to put a dome on. Whatever you want to do,
Well,
go
they
call the
would-
governor.
well, that-
$850.
Yeah,
Why
nothing.
don't we just
My
make
point-
it an
1.1
even
billion,
bill? Come
yeah.
on,
The people
I mean,
should have been paying it. Pagula should have had to pay the roof. He should have paid for the roof. Hey, you guys helped me by paying this much money more than I did. Let me help him give you guys a roof.
Yeah, let's go to the NFL draft because I brought that up. I hate it because you know what? It turns into civics kind of bull
Yeah, right,
nonsense,
I know,
and I
government
hate it.
politics.
I hate them all. But you know, it is a little something. It's kind of when you're in one of those host communities in those states. It's kind of a kick in the ass when you are, you know, wherever you are in the state, and it doesn't really benefit the whole state. But anyhow, let's get out of there and let's go to the NFL draft. My friend Julio, who is a draft I don't know what you'd call you. When we were doing the show from the garage, you were basically our
Try my best.
you were our Mike Agello. You were the guy, and you did great.
Good
So
call.
all right, so let's look. Let's talk about the draft right now, real quick. Jackson, there's your order, and that's up to date order as of today. It's the right order. I had to make sure because there was some other fake orders out there. Here you go. Here's the real order.
That's the real order.
Yeah, which is nice. It was hard to find, but there they are.
Just gotta ask, buddy. I'd have sent it.
I know you would. I was looking at my own here. Jacksonville at number 1, and we move on and down. How do you want to deal with it? What do you? I want to hear from you, Julio, about the draft.
I mean, it depends on, do you want to do needs or do you want to do the players?
Let's talk about the top 3 players, if we can.
Overall prospects?
How about like at each? How about positionally?
All right, let's
Could we
go.
do that?
Offensive tackle.
Yeah, let's
Obviously,
go
that's
offensive
a landslide.
tackle.
That's Neal.
Right, from Alabama.
Yep.
How about now this guy from Iowa? What's your thoughts on Tyler Linderbaum? He's a center? Is
yeah.
he a center more?
He might be the Creed Humphreys of last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Came in, was could have been considered an offensive rookie of the year, but because he plays center, obviously you're not going to get that.
Right.
He barely allowed any pressure on the Patrick Mahomes. Ran the ball well, created holes for them to run the ball well. He's a good center. He should be a top 15 pick. But
And God, I'm looking at offensive line and all that. You can't go wrong
no,
taking that. Those
Oh,
positions.
the offensive
you
line,
can't
all
go
right.
wrong.
the inside is easier to draft in my personal preference than the outside. It's easier to get the center, the guards before it is the tackles. It's just harder to find tackles than it is.
But when you get
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
a stud offensive
the-
lineman, man, those guys are
Like,
hard to
Yeah.
if
yeah.
anybody-
hard to pick up in a later round, man. It's hard to get
Who's
those kinds
the?
of
That's right. That's
skills
another-
out of a
I was
player.
happy paying that Armstead from Miami.
Sure. Yes. You
But,
want
absolutely.
that
When was the
tackle.
last? I mean, I guess 2 drafts ago there was a couple of good offensive tackles. But there's another center too. Is Johnson from Boston College.
Okay.
He's a guard / center. He's pretty solid. He fits the zone scheme pretty well if you run a zone scheme.
So offensive line, in all the positions, what's the deepest? Is it wide receiver? No, what is it?
Wide receiver is pretty incredible.
And is offensive line in the top?
Offensive tackles is pretty good
Good.
too.
I haven't heard a lot
especially
about tight end. Is it this group
Yeah,
that's in the
Austin
top
McBride.
3, 5? Nothing really.
Austin McBride probably going the 2nd, 3rd round, late 2nd, maybe early 3rd.
And that's
That's
about
the
it.
best one.
Because I know the guy from Ohio State. I watch Ohio State. Ruckert is just kind of,
Yeah.
There's
There's under the radar guys that I prefer over McBride, and that's Woods. I think he's on Iowa. He was a transfer.
Iowa's always good. at tight end.
I
aren't
like
they?
him as a better tight end. Another deep position, probably safety's pretty, or cornerback's pretty good. But there's not like other than LSU, Stingley, and Sauce Gardner, which I don't like Sauce Gardner at all.
I know you were saying
I
that
just
the
think
last
that
time. Yeah.
he's going to end up going way too high. He's not going to perform. He's not going to be able to guard these essentially SEC guys all year round because these are NFL-ready people.
And
Cincinnati's not playing against
what's
these
the
guys.
size of these guys? Do you know?
The measurements, I think Gardner's 6'2",
which is good.
but Stingley, I want to say, is like 5'11".
5'11". So then, we just said you touched on wide receiver.
Stingley's 6'1".
6'1". That's good. You need that now,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
hard to be 5'10".
Yeah, back in the day, they all them little guys
like-
that could jump like crazy.
Doesn't
man.
work
Once
no
you go
more,
after
yeah.
Sauce or Stingley, the talent just drops off, like heavily too. There's a Auburn corner that can go in the first round, but that might be a little bit of a reach.
Right.
Booth from Clemson, what
Yeah,
did
I
he do
remember.
last year? Not really much.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit harder.
What about wide receiver? You brought him up. Garrett Wilson and Olave, both from Ohio State.
Yeah.
But we were talking off air about Williams, right?
Well,
Williamson?
Right,
Is that what it is?
Williams had
Alabama. Williams.
his Achilles or ACL injury in the title game.
Yes.
If he was healthy coming out, he'd be my wide receiver number 1. I'm sorry, he's my wide receiver number 2. My wide receiver number 1 is Christian Watson. Light years Debo Samuels.
Oh.
Just like him.
Oh, wow.
He's
I've heard
identical
about him.
to Samuels.
What do you think about these other guys? I'm going to bring up names because they're the names I heard watching college football this year. Penn State, Dotson.
Dotson.
Saw a lot of David Bell for Purdue.
I got David Bell above Watson.
Do you?
Or Dotson.
Dotson. And then the guy, what's his name? Because I always think there was a Carl Pickens years ago for the Bengals, and I think his last name was Pickens.
Oh,
Again.
George Pickens.
Yeah, George Pickens.
Dealt with a little bit of injuries in college. One of the most spectacular catch is incredible. He's got a lot of one-handed, like, great catches. He just hasn't had really a chance to be healthy.
And we got one other guy that I had to write down because I didn't really see him much, but London, USC's.
I'm not a fan of London. He's just 6'5". He's just a behemoth of a man.
Could be like a tight
Or I
end.
guess you could say a child. But that's another thing why tight ends are getting weaker, though,
child.
is these guys are sliding out. And even in the NFL, the tight end position is kind of weak.
Right.
Because, like,
Yeah.
you can put,
Yeah.
if you do your top 10
True.
tight ends, or you put Gesicki in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put Mark Andrews in there. These guys are slot receivers, just big.
Just big. Yeah.
Or maybe
Right.
not Mark Andrews, but Kelsey.
Kelsey.
He's just a big slot receiver, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Going
So
back to the stadium,
Okay.
I've got a comment
Sure.
from Chris. The reason the stadium is being built in Orchard Park again instead of downtown is the concessions are run by Delaware North, where Kathy Hochul's husband is general counsel.
correct. Yeah. No. There's. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Right. I would have brought that up, but I didn't want to get too deep. But thank you, Chris. You're right. You're right. No, that's good for a different show, but he's right. Absolutely. Now you're getting me all shook up again. Let's go back to.
Don't get John
Yeah,
all
I
shook
shook up. Yeah, because then things go flying. Yeah, I know. We lose
If
control.
you want to
quick.
stay on the offensive side, though,
I do. Let's go.
Um,
Go with
quarterback.
please, because I
That's that. Like I said a couple of shows ago with the free agent show, it's a little bit weaker.
am very.
But Malik Wills is probably my number one.
I've never seen him. I didn't see anything of him. I did see the other two guys. I had watched Mississippi and I had watched Pittsburgh. You know,
Oh, so your other two is
with Pickett and whatever Corral.
Yeah, my number two is Cincinnati's.
Oh, okay. What's his name? Why is it,
Riddell.
Yeah, that's right.
Ritter.
Right. Oh yeah.
That's my number two. But like I said, like we were talking about before the show started, the NFL, the way it's kind of moving to, nothing against Pickett, but it's just moving towards you also need to be able to run. And now, if you're going to be drafted by a team that you're going to play for, you're probably going to need to run.
Yeah, you run for your life.
Unless you're going to go in the late first, which is probably preferable for any of these quarterbacks, or in my personal opinion, any player, period. But it's just hard to go to these godforsaken teams
Wouldn't
with
it
no
be-
offensive line and getting hit all the time.
Wouldn't it be nice to be drafted by the Buccaneers or something?
Right.
As
So-
one of these guys.
But that's the thing. Like, Pickett might end up in not New England, Tampa Bay.
It'd work out nicely.
It'd work
They'd
out
have to be
perfectly for
very
them.
happy to
You
be
think
there.
Pittsburgh's taking Willis?
I think they would.
I think so,
they
too.
should. Yeah, that would be a smart
Kind
thing.
of signs all point to
They
that.
might take Ritter, though. They met with him yesterday. They went out to dinner with him yesterday.
Now he transferred, right? Wasn't he from Oklahoma? Am I wrong? Wasn't he a guy who might have made?
He might have transferred early.
I feel like maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I might be thinking completely of someone else. Oklahoma seems to always have transfers going around. Ever since Troy Aikman, things have always.
The ones that transferred
around.
from Oklahoma the last 2 years was Rattler.
That's Rattler. That's the one. Okay. You're right.
He had a Netflix show about him and everything, and then showed up to college and didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Rattler. What are running backs? I did see a lot of Kenneth Walker
That should be the
for
second
Michigan
one.
State. He was awfully good. Who's the first?
Brees Hall.
Oh, my guy from Iowa State.
Iowa State, Brees Hall.
a beast
pretty
there,
good.
huh?
Yep.
Could be like the guy that the Bears have.
My- yeah.
Similar type of running back.
Yep. Then you got like a more of a. I don't really like to do comparisons too much, but James Cook, he plays for Georgia. He's kind of like a Robert Mostert, really fast, really quick. Again, you'd benefit from a team that is a zone blocking scheme.
Yeah. And what about this Spiller, who's on my list? I just had.
I don't have him in my top four,
Isaiah?
unfortunately.
Who's in your top four? Who do you have?
The
You think you
Cook,
said him to me, right?
Walker, Hall, Robinson from Alabama. I think really did well. And
did.
then my last one. Who's my last one?
Geez, Robinson really did
was
well.
the last?
He really jumped up because of the way he played in that playoff was unbelievable.
I think my last one
Almost
was
like Trey Sermon
the one
did.
from Florida, Pierce or something.
Okay.
That's my number 4. That rounds out my top 4.
Robinson really did an incredible job. I mean, I
Showed up against good
like
schools.
big time. It reminded me of I was saying Trey Sermon. It had that feel to it, and Sermon unfortunately got hurt.
Yeah.
And Sermon was a transfer from Oklahoma to Ohio State.
And now this is his year in the NFL.
Yeah.
Most of it's out of the way.
So what else? All right, the edge rushers. Mine is the guy from Oregon. Thibodeau is or whatever, however you say his name.
Yep.
That's mine. I like him better than Hutchins.
That's my number 1. I like
Hutchinson.
him better by far. And I don't like to do underwear Olympics when I talk about the prospects. It's not fair to take somebody from where they were supposed to be and bring them down because they didn't measure right. But measurements in this situation is a little bit different. But Hutchinson or Hutchinson. Just the short arms isn't just like a measurement for me. It's what he plays in pass rushes. It's the offensive tackle is right here on you. It can just push you away easier because his arms are so small.
Right. No, it makes sense. No,
It's just harder for him
Yeah.
to get off of to shed a block.
Yeah, and he's got to be what 6? I wonder how tall
He's
he is
6'6" and he's about 270.
with short arms.
And his bench presses look like he got a lot of assistance at his pro day.
Unfortunate with the shorter. Interesting, right? No, that's too bad. He's 6'6".
Short
Jeez.
arms,
See,
long
I really don't
pockets,
like
huh?
to use the
I know
measurements
a couple
at all. I
guys
think
like
it's silly.
that.
No, but it's true. But that one is a good measure. I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's just you got to think about it. Whenever you're trying to run by somebody and you have to push off of them, if the closer you are, to
yeah, the
them, it's
worst
gonna
it
be harder.
is. What about now? Who was the guy with the small hands? Was it Pickett?
Pickett,
Who was,
little
right?
hands, Pickett.
And that was stupid too.
Little
Yeah.
hands, Kenny, yeah.
And he said,
That's
"I'm
what I hear.
good." He said,
See,
I'm...
I try to do that either because I think it was Russell Wilson had small hands too.
right. And I think Burrow was considered to have him or something.
Yeah, it was Burrow, not Russell Wilson, because he said something about it on Twitter.
Yeah. So
Ridiculous.
now, I mean, as far as I know, we're running, but we can still go whatever we want to do. I don't know if you want to go with teams. I mean, as far as Jacksonville, they're going to do something dumb, I assume. I mean, what can they do?
Well, I personally
Hutchinson?
think...
I would hate to. I would think that'd be a big
stupid.
mistake.
I think drafting Hutchins would be stupid, and I think drafting a number 1 would be stupid. That there's no reason for them to stay there.
Yeah, they got to get out.
It's unfortunate for them that there's not a quarterback that a team needs to come get, but maybe somebody wants Neal.
True.
Because again, the same thing I said back about the whole Neal Collins thing, playing on the right side. The side of the position that these guys play on matter.
And there's so many teams with multiple picks. I mean, with the Giants having 5 and 7, the Jets have 10 and 4, the Eagles have 15, 16, 19.
Yep.
The Chiefs have 2 at the end. So yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, I mean, maybe the Jets. I don't know. Jacksonville. What do you get this year though? If you draft out of there, what would it be?
You have to be
You pull
offensive
out.
tackle.
No, but if you're Jacksonville and you trade it, what are you getting back?
See, if I'm Jacksonville and I'm moving,
What's
I
the
have
board?
to get,
What does that little chart thing say? Usually, I know they got a chart.
Yeah, I see.
But in this year's though, I wonder because there's no real. I want to go up. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that change? What I'm asking is, since there isn't that quarterback or there isn't
Right.
that guy, does it change the return?
So if I'm, let's say, a
Yeah, I
team
would
like
think.
Washington, you don't have to draft at 11. The thing with you trading up, if you're trading up, you're saying I'm making the playoffs. You're saying I'm going for it now. I'm not using my resources to get
Right.
better in the future. I'm going now. And the closest team that's ready to win now, I guess you could say, is the Vikings at 12 or Washington that's at 11. Or maybe even the Ravens at 14, but you have to drop you have to go all the way up 13 spots at the minimum. And that's going to be a first-round pick. There's going to be 2 first-round picks, 14, and next year's first, and a second-round pick this year to move up to 1.
Right.
And that's just a package you cannot not take if you're Washington. Or
Jacksonville. Because Philadelphia, I mean, I don't know what they think of themselves. On TV, some of the analysts try to tell me they're dynamic and could be awfully good this year. I don't know. But if they believe that, geez.
if they
They might
believe,
I don't know
do
that they
something.
showed me enough going into
Yeah.
ending the season on a note that,
To be
that makes me
dynamic,
think
yeah.
that. No, I
their
don't.
draft is very important this year, then.
It really is. And they got
4
great. They have a
picks.
great spot.
I told you I'd draft 3 of the 4.
Green Bay has 2 picks too. I didn't see that. They have 22nd and 28th.
One of them are going to be to replace the receiver that they lost.
Yeah. And they'll
Same
have
with Kansas City's and to replace the receiver that they lost.
and they got and that's and they'll be there.
Yeah.
You'll have those guys that they can take.
But to round up the chart, by the way, of the positions,
Yeah, go ahead.
linebacker,
Oh yeah, if it isn't-
Lloyd, Dean, and Harris.
there's a bunch. Yeah, because there's a bunch of Georgia guys that were awfully good.
Yeah.
Um,
Tyndall,
yeah.
that's a 4th-round pick. You could probably get him. He rounds out my top 4 at the 4 spot.
How about
Lloyd,
give me defensive line, not edge rusher, just like those guys. You know,
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis, Georgia, and another Georgia. Man, Georgia's defense was good. I don't know how I don't know how they blew up from You know what I mean? When Alabama killed
Yeah.
them, it kind of took the shine off of them. But geez, they were good.
Yeah,
that
I know.
defense.
That's kind of
That Georgia kid Davis is pretty incredible. He's like the Albert Hainsworth 5 years ago.
Oh wow.
Maybe 7 years ago.
See, that's when these teams you just got to know, and I know they know. But if you play 4-3, you play 3-4. You could really mess things up,
Right.
depending on what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Because I always loved. It doesn't matter. Everyone could like what they. I always liked 4-3. I've always liked having the defensive ends down, not standing up. Some people like it the other way. They like the, you like your, I guess it'd be the outside linebackers, what they used to be called. Now they call them edge rushers. Whatever. I guess whatever you like.
It
But
really changes.
it matters though.
It matters for the front seven. You need to have the scheme fit is very important in the NFL.
In Chicago, I thought for the most part worked that way. They should have been playing 4-3 instead of playing 3-4, but they had Robert Quinn and now they are going back to 4-3.
But like,
So
what's up, Robin?
Chris says that the Jags should trade for Evan Neal. Should trade back for Evan Neal or Akeem Aquanu.
I just think the problem with them trading back is if they do trade back, Neal's probably out. Because after that is, Detroit's not going to take one. Houston could take one because if they can't trade out of that spot, they're going to take the best O tackle. And then you got the Jets in there too that could take him. That's the problem is if you come back from Jacksonville, you pretty much just say bye to Neal.
geez, that's safety Hamilton, right? I mean, he's just there's just no.
You got to take Neal, right?
Right, but if you want my point of the whole trading back thing is if you're not one player away, you shouldn't be taking the number one.
I get what you're saying.
I agree
They're
with
probably
that.
they're gonna probably grab Neal there to make it look like they're trying to do everything they can to
Right.
protect
Well, let's talk.
and not get Lawrence Birder.
I think about the Bears last year. The general manager was fighting for his job, and he trades. I like Justin Fields, but he had no business doing what he did, trading up like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And going to get, and that's fine. I mean, right now, if Fields was in this draft, he'd be number 1. So you figure they gave up the 7 for him. So that's their pick, number 7.
Right,
The Bears
you
would have been
got
there.
him this. You would have went up and got him this year.
This year. So okay. I mean, but but I don't even know though, because now you got the new regime of people in here, and that's why last year you're making the point you guys are making. You can't. They aren't ready. They weren't even close.
No.
And they gave up some stuff.
I think that when you do a big board in the NFL, I do a lot of draft. I watch the draft literally from the day after this draft. I will watch for next year's draft. I'm really early on it. I did my first mock last year to May 1st. I was already on it. But you got to look at these teams and just say, am I a playoff team? And just be real with yourself. And if you're not, you put players on the board that you can't take.
Yeah.
If
Right,
if
you
you're
can't
the
take-
Bears,
right,
you
you
can't
can't
go
take-
take a Kyle Hamilton if you were at the 7 overall
Right.
pick. You
No.
couldn't take Kyle Hamilton.
And now speaking of Kyle Hamilton, he's the best. What do you think?
Just dropping down this
Is he?
week.
Who's
Yeah.
the safety? Is he the number 1 safety though? Or
He
no?
is the number 1 safety, but the problem is his again, like I said, the underwear Olympics measure people out very bad, and he didn't run straight on his 40-yard dash. I don't know if you ever seen it. I probably should have sent you guys the video so you could have showed it. But instead of running in a straight line to get the best 40, he ran in a big curve.
Geez, someone's
And
gonna.
another big curve.
So then, if he's really, someone's gonna be happy about that.
Yeah,
Who's
somebody-
down? You know.
Yeah.
Because I've always seen the Jets at 4 for some reason. They always showed me. I mean, a lot of mock drafts showed him going there. But I don't know. Is there anyone else that could even get to his level?
No, he's
Okay,
the
in.
Derwin James of this
Okay.
draft.
All right. So there you go. It's a quick rundown because the draft is April 30th. I think is round 1.
28th.
28th. I'm sorry. The 28th is round 1.
15, 16, or 19.
Yeah, look at that. Right, the Eagles. Yeah,
It's just a bad spot. It's just a bad draft to have so many picks.
it is a weird one. Yeah, but so April 28th, we are going to have a draft spectacular here. We'll be here all night from the beginning to the end. Every pick will be talked about, and we will do all that stuff. So be ready for that. I look forward to it. Thanks, Julio. We'll be talking more about the draft a lot because everything's going to be changing every week, and the NFL just will not let me forget about them. No matter what's happening, I got to remember the NFL. Speaking of the NFL, real quick, we might as well touch on the fact that Bobby Wagner did sign with the Rams.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 years, $50 million.
Yeah, average on
Nice. For
I
him.
don't get how these contracts are happening.
$10 million a year for him. I don't know.
Salary cap.
I don't know what the guarantee was for him, but that's great for the Rams. Best defense in the league. Will
They have an
continue to get
elite,
better.
It's
elite player. They have a
unbelievable.
top 5
Yeah.
each position on defense.
Yeah, and that's why I keep saying to you, I tell you guys, I don't care what the AFC does. This team's going to win as long as Stafford isn't. I don't know what could happen to Stafford. You know what I mean? Who knows what Stafford does? But that's just too much. I will take defense over offense every day.
Right.
Because it always wins. I have if I've been
But
maybe
it's
once
not
in
like
a while.
the Rams' defense or offense is bad though.
No, it's not. So it's interesting. They got a great team over there.
Every team in the AFC that has the offense to keep up with them on defense, like to match up their defense, is horrific on defense.
That's what I mean, and that's why it's going to be good. And the Rams, the Rams are the best team. I guess they are right now. They're number one. And then I guess you throw up a bunch of AFC guys, Bills, Chiefs, blah, and all the way down the line. Robin, anything happening over there that we should talk about before we wrap it up?
No.
All right, good. So, guys, Bruce Arians stepped away. Forgot about him.
Oh, yeah. They didn't even
Todd's all
give the job
planned
to Brian Leftwich.
No, Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Wild, right?
It's been all. It was all planned out.
That's the
I
first
guess,
thing I ever
from
thought
what they've
about.
said.
That's something. Why was I not thinking of Byron
That's the
Leftwich?
first. As soon as I seen that, I said, "Oh, Brian's finally got." Oh no, because we talked about it back before all these
Why
coaching
wouldn't they
changes.
have
gotta
done
be a
that?
We had him
reason.
stand.
Because Bowles is already was with the Jets and failed, right? Wasn't he the head
Yeah,
coach
he
of the
fails.
Jets? That's like these guys. You're not. I don't know why they want to redo the failure. And Eric Bieniemy still stays where he is, right? He's still
Right.
with the Chiefs. So
But that could have more to do with the fact that Andy Reid.
might be done soon.
He could be waiting for Andy Reid to take over Andy Reid's spot, or the fact that Andy Reid is the one calling out the play. And that's supposed to be
Bruce
Eric's
Arians
spot.
and Bruce Arians said he didn't want to leave the team to Bowles in a mess. So that's why he hung around as long as he did before. They had already known this was going to happen, I guess, for a little while.
I thought Arians was sick for a while. I thought he had some
He's
kind
better
of
now.
Yeah, but he had some issues. I mean, I'm not saying he's sick now, but I remember I think it was a cancer scare or something.
Yeah,
with
it
Arians.
was a cancer scare. He survived
Twice.
cancer twice. Yep.
Yeah, so
He's a lunatic. I love that guy. I think he's hysterical.
I just think it's weird how Brian Leftwich didn't get the job.
it is weird. That I would
Yeah.
love to hear why and how they explained it to him. It had to be a tough thing, for him to swallow.
He was literally up for head coach.
How much of a conversation was
there a
Tom Brady?
conversation? Yeah. Well, Tom Brady's going to be nice for him to be offensive coordinator with. I mean, next year he will be the guy. But Leftwich, when it comes again with the coaching,
Hopefully,
Black whatever Monday, he'll be the top
Oh,
guy.
that. Speaking of black, the NFL is forcing next year, 2022, that there needs to be a black coach on their team.
That's crazy.
Somewhere on your staff, there has to be a minority coach.
Jeez, they really always overreact. Like, you know what I mean? There's always that overreaction that's just, no one likes it. That's the problem. No one likes this, what they're doing. Like, no one likes it. You wouldn't like it. Why would you like it?
It doesn't make any sense because now it's just kind of like, oh, did I get the job because they had to hire me?
That's bad. They really should just back off. I think sometimes,
Yeah.
and just let things play out. And if things are bad and then you step in, obviously, if there's that kind of issues. But to try to manufacture it, I don't like it. Don't
They
manufacture it.
overreact to a lot of things.
Yeah. The NFL does bad. Like, they overreact to the overtime, I
You
think.
mean like as far as like an assistant coach? And
Somewhere on their staff.
Somewhere on the
yeah,
staff.
how in the world? That's already the case. So I don't understand
That's unfair.
why would you have to institute a rule on
Crazy.
something that's already taking place?
Right.
And I can't imagine anyone would want
Because
it.
most staffs are made up of former players and stuff like that. Now there's like a former player on almost every
Correct.
staff. So I don't know. That
Wes
doesn't make
Welker is
sense.
Miami's offensive or wide receivers coach. Reggie Wayne.
I don't
is
even understand.
The wide receivers coach
Indianapolis.
for Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, just an overreaction,
There
I
should
guess.
be a
If
minority
you go through the
wide
coaching
receiver.
tree, I'm sure there's multiple minorities on
Over-
every coaching staff.
Overreaction of Brian Flores, I guess, just
Yeah.
because of what happened there.
Maybe
and,
so. Yeah,
and
I
all
think
the
it's
stuff.
ridiculous. It didn't need to be said. There's already plenty of a lot of opportunities. I mean, maybe
I'm sure
maybe not
there's
the whole head coaching ranks. I don't know. I mean, that's a little bit of a different.
owners wise,
situation.
I know there's issues. Okay,
Oh,
we
of
know
course
there's
there
issues
is.
with these
Of
guys.
course
Like
there is.
like we talked about the commanders and all that stuff with those guys and different older guys.
Commanders cooking the books.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that either.
And different older guys, though. Okay,
Two sets
different.
of books
but I
they
think
got caught with.
I really believe when they're on the field, I would be shocked if the coaches and the players look at it the way the public thinks they look at. You know what I mean? Like that a
Yeah,
coach would
not-
say, you know what? No, you are some minority. You're some nationality. That's it. I don't care. I don't want you.
Right.
Even though you're going to help me win, I just don't see it, man. It's wins and losses, I think.
Right.
Not. It just seems to be that way. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive, and someone in the NFL could come forward and
answer
tell me
for it.
more. Yeah, I don't know.
Again.
But anyways, why don't we get it? We probably should go home. It's Friday,
Yeah.
7:15 here on the East Coast, and there's that. Who is the current sixth highest paid player for the Cincinnati Reds? Message Gorillas Inc., of course, and win some free trading cards. And we have good ones that we send you. We don't send you bums. We send you really good cards. I should tell man some of the cards we give out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
give you
sweet.
some bank. Give you some people. It's all right. We're not
Nice.
giving you. We're not giving you like I don't know, some bum. We're not giving you guys from the
We're not giving you
90s.
Scott Norwood. We're
Yeah,
giving you Joe Burrow.
We're not
Yes,
giving
Joe
you
Burrow.
Mac Jones. We're giving you Joe Burrow.
Right, we're doing
There you
that.
go.
Yeah, we're doing good. We do good that way. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a New England fan. That's why I said
Yeah, we got the.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
see right there. See our helmet.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So,
one reason why I said
all
it,
you
I seen that
AFC
earlier.
guys, man, something's wrong with all this AFC stuff. You know, get some defense in that
Miami
conference.
has the top 5 defense.
Come on.
Well, good.
Maybe
But
if one of your GMs can grab a quarterback.
that's true. I agree. I know. They
You guys
suck.
got the Alabama schedule over there. You just play bums all until the playoffs.
Yeah, but the Rams will win it again.
Yeah,
Then
but
they'll
they're
win the
playing
Super Bowl.
bums until the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They're on
yeah,
vacation
exactly.
mode.
Yeah,
They-
that's pretty much it.
They're on vacation.
Might as well just let
Outrageous.
them game managers in the NFL now.
Oh my! All right, let's get out of here, guys. Right? Let's go. Take care. We'll see you next week on Goal Getters. For Scott, Julio, my buddy over there and partner, Wade and Robin, who does everything. We're out up here. See you later.